Howdy, I'm Angel Martinez. I'm the Chief Storyteller for the Boy Scouts of America Alamo Area Council, and welcome to Scout TV News. We're going to be continuing to put on a program every Friday at 10:30 for about 30 minutes or so, and we strive to bring you good information about what's going on in the scouting world, and we also strive to bring you special guests that help us with providing good scouting information. So right now I have with me a special guest, Mr. Aaron Elizondo. And Mr. Elizondo is our Director of Development Director,
Yes.
here at the Alamo Area Council, and he'll explain what that means. He has some leadership with some volunteers over several things within our council, fundraising, as well as bringing support to things like Camp Card and our special guests program and special speakers and things like that. So Aaron, welcome to the show, and can you introduce yourself, how you got connected to scouting, Eagle Scout, right?
Yes.
And then let's talk about Camp Card and special guests.
Thank you. Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Angel. I'm excited to be a part of the council. I grew up here in San Antonio. I actually started as a professional in North Carolina, so I've been with a couple of councils, but it's good to be back home. It's been exciting to be re-engaged with a lot of the leaders and troops that I grew up being a part of and hanging out with. So again, I'm really excited to be able to tackle some great projects and to ignite some different programs here at the council. Our biggest update right now is with the camp cards. Again, we are extremely appreciative of the units that have participated. Obviously, there were some challenges, some early obstacles, but we had some units that really came through and made the most out of this program. June 19th, which is today, is our soft deadline to return cards. But here at the Alamo Area Council, our biggest concern is to make sure that we are flexible and that we ensure that we are safe and maintaining social distancing requirements. So again, today is the soft deadline. Our extended deadline for camp cards is through July 31st. So please, if you are a camp card coordinator, just reach out to campcards@alamoareabsa.org just to give us an update. We'll be making some calls later next week just to get an idea of the cool ways that we can continue to sell cards so that our scouts have great opportunities to participate in our summer programs, our fall programs, and to help with registration costs.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing that. Can you share a little bit about special guests? In particular, I hear that we had a great special guest recently involved in supporting several merit badges, actually. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So being a part of the development staff, one of my favorite projects is kind of re-engaging or reigniting leaders who have been a part of Scouts, whether as a youth or as an adult. And so our guest speaker series this summer is really in conjunction with our merit badge extravaganza. And it's just another opportunity, I think, in Scouts. The biggest thing is providing youth opportunities. And I think with our merit badge classes that we're having, some of our Scouts aren't exactly getting the resources or materials that they might get one-on-one in a classroom or at a camp. So our speaker series is to get them in a space, in an interactive space with a community leader or a community donor or really someone who's an expert in their profession and their field. So we kicked off our summer merit badge speaker series with Secretary Henry C. Snedos. He was on a merit badge with our public speaking scouts, our citizenship in the nation and in the world, and community scouts. So our scouts were able to interact with him on a one-on-one, ask him questions about being a community leader, being a leader for our nation here in the United States when he was Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. And I think it was a really cool experience to give scouts an idea of what it's like to be a public servant, to also be able to ask, I thought, were some very tough questions about what the future of schools and sports and some of the other pressing issues in our community related to COVID they were not afraid to ask our secretary that. So it was a really cool opportunity. Some of the other merit badges that we're trying to engage some speakers are environmental science, mammal study. So we're trying to reach out to the San Antonio Zoo and partner with them. I know they're a partner on our camp card, so we're always trying to engage um, any of our regular partners, but we're also trying to invest in new partners. So if there's any folks that are out there that want to be a guest speaker on one of our merit badges this summer, or have a great person or contact, we'd love to hear from you. And I think we've set up a website
Yes.
on our
It's
on the Alamo Area website.
Alamo Area, and I think we can cut to this also in just a hot second, but it's www.alamoareabsa.org/special guest.
Absolutely.
And they can get more information on how to get a hold of you and the community.
And really, the main focus for this is a lot of our merit badges ask our scouts to engage or really dive into a profession or a career in that merit badge, just in case a hobby or a spark kind of ignites on something that they can kind of continue in their life with. And so to give the scouts an opportunity to engage, listen, ask questions, and learn about someone who is in that field, I think it's a really cool opportunity that we probably should have been doing before, and I think we'll continue after this.
That's wonderful. Now, part of this show is we strive to do a frequently asked questions section, or kind of throughout this whole show, is to find some answers to some questions that our scouting community is asking. One of them that came up was Secretary Cisneros a scout?
So Secretary Cisneros was a scout. We found out he was in Cub Scouts at Sacred Heart and was in the troop at Little Flower. We also learned that he was a den leader and was part of a pack for his son in Washington, D.C. while he was secretary. So that was really cool. I think one of the highlights, or one of the quotes that I took away, was he was saying that the folks at the White House were easier to control than his den of scouts when he would get off of work. So
That's great.
I think it's absolutely stories like that make it such a great experience to have these guest speakers who can relate to our scouts and really kind of enlighten them on their experience as a youth in scouting. I know he was very fond of going on campouts and doing community service and kind of getting that passion for being involved in the community, and then obviously giving back as a leader. And I think even being Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, a job that's part of the President's cabinet, to have that desire to want to be a leader, especially for his son and obviously his fellow friends and scouts, is also a really cool thing that I took away from that.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, let's, if you can help me with this, let's talk through one of the frequently asked questions that's come up is masks. There is a lot of confusion right now about should we wear masks. I believe that we're in the time of reopening Texas, and scouting is reopened. We have put out a statement in regards to the council's position on COVID-19. You can find that at alamoareabsa.org/COVID-19. We're about to make an updated statement in regards to that. I know that our local mayor, in partnership with Judge Nelson Wolf, has made a statement now requiring masks come Monday. And so the governor has also said some other things, CDC said some other things, but please know, right now the Alamo Area Council is saying wear your mask. There is a little bit more flexibility in not wearing your mask if you are outdoors and you can have 6 feet of social distancing. But if you are inside, we strongly encourage you to wear this mask. Where we require it is if you're going to engage us here at the Alamo area service center or at our service center on the south side, or if you're going to come in to the service center and come to Musselman Scout Shop, you must wear your mask. That is required. So, Aaron, what are your thoughts about some things that we can do that CDC has talked about from, what are some of the things that we can do?
Yeah, I think, again, I think all of us know that a scout is courteous.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's making sure that we're taking care of our fellow scouts, our fellow parents and leaders. A lot of our grandparents and parents are active leaders here in our council, so we want to make sure we're keeping safe, and also really just observing the different methods and different suggestions that folks are saying to make sure that we're staying safe and obviously practicing social distancing. And I think if all of our scouts and our volunteers stick to that, we'll be in good shape.
Great. Thank you, Aaron. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the scouting community while you're here?
No, thanks for having me on. I'm really excited to be able to be a part of y'all's team here, and I look forward to meeting a lot of our volunteers, our parents, and our scouts. So thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you. All right. So we'll excuse Aaron. Thank you for coming on, because I'd love to take my mask off, but now that we have the distance, thank you, Aaron. I wanted to move over to the Musselman Scout Shop. So the Musselman Scout Shop does have a sale right now. So it's important for you to take advantage of these wonderful savings. So they are supporting adventure, and you can save right now on camping gear. You can save 20% with a purchase of $150 or more. You can save 15% with a purchase of $125 or more. You can save 10% with a purchase of $100 or more. So please come see Rebecca Wallace, the store manager, and but make sure that you wear your face mask, and the face mask needs to cover both the mouth and the nose. Please know that only 5 people are allowed in the store at a time. So we ask that you please wait for staff to reopen the door. They close it after 5, and then when the 5 leave, then you can go in. There's also, it's important that all children must remain with parents at all times. And most important, all advancement orders will be pulled by staff only now. And you can email advancement orders ahead of time to musselmanscoutshop@scouting.org. musselmanscoutshop@scouting.org. Now, we're going to end Scout TV News with a family camping video and give you some insights on that in just a moment. But at this time, I wanted to update folks on an updated BSA statement in regards to BSA's commitment to act against racial injustice. So I wanted to read this statement. You may have already received an email, but if you've not, it's on our website, and I'm going to read at least the beginning and sort of the highlights of this. Let me just start at the beginning. It says, "Dear Scouting family, as our country reckons with racial injustice, we all must consider our role and our failures and commit to meaningful action. The 12 points of the Scout Law that define a Scout are all important, but at this moment we are called on to be brave. Brave means taking action because it is the right thing to do, and being an upstander even when it may prompt criticism from some. We realize we have not been brave as we should have been, because as Scouts we must always stand for what is right and take action when the situation demands it. There is no place for racism, not in Scouting and not in our communities. Racism will not be tolerated. We condemn the murders of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and all those who are not named but are equally important. We hear the anguish, feel the heartbreak, and join the country. We join the country's resolve to do better. The Boy Scouts of America stands with Black families and the Black community because we believe that Black lives matter. This is not a political issue, it is a human rights issue, and one we all have a duty to address. That is why, as an organization, we commit to these four points. Number one, introducing a specific diversity and inclusion merit badge that will be required for the rank of Eagle Scout. It will build on components within existing merit badges, including the American cultures and citizenship in the community merit badges, which require Scouts to learn about and engage with other groups and cultures to increase understanding and spur positive action. Number two, reviewing every element of our programs to ensure diversity and inclusion are ingrained at every level for participants and volunteers by applying a standard that promotes racial equality and denounces racism, discrimination, inequality, and injustice. Number three, requiring diversity and inclusion training for all BSA employees starting July 1st and taking immediate action toward introducing a version for volunteers in the coming months. And number four, conducting a review of property names, events, and insignia in partnership with local councils to build on and enhance the organization's nearly 30-year ban on the use of the Confederate flag and to ensure that symbols of oppression are not in use today or in the future. These are our next steps, but certainly not our last. We will also continue to listen more, learn more, and do more to promote a culture in which every person feels that they belong, are respected, and are valued in Scouting in their community and across America. As a movement, we are committed to working together with our employees, volunteers, youth members, and communities so we can all become a better version of ourselves and continue to prepare young men and women to become the leaders of our character, our communities and our country need to help to heal and grow. Yours in Scouting, the Boy Scouts America National Executive Committee, and it's signed by Dan Owenby, the National Chair, Roger Mosby, President CEO, and Scott Sorrells, National Commissioner, and many others. And so as the Alamo Area Council, we reaffirm this statement put out by National BSA, and we'd like to wish you a happy Freedom Day. And then with that, we'll cut to this family camping video and show you what family camping is all about and invite you to come out to one of our camps to enjoy family camping, as well as many of the other wonderful offerings that we have for you to re-engage in Scouting. With that, I'm Angel. Have a good one. Howdy, I'm Angel Martinez. I'm the Chief Storyteller for the Boy Scouts America Alamo Area Council, and I'm here at the beautiful Majimsi Scout Park in north central San Antonio. I'm here to learn more about family camp.
So I think for families that are considering ways to re-interact with Scouting and reconnect with those hands-on opportunities, I think this is a great environment in family camping because it allows you to decide how much interaction you want to have. If you want to stay completely in your kind of isolated campsite, you can do that. You can come down to the hands-on programmed activities and you can watch from a distance, or you can participate with your Scouts if you want. So I think there's obviously a lot of things that are going on that are distracting us from what makes this country great. In Scouting, for me and for our family, and I think for our troop, has been a great way to come back and kind of remember and regain that focus. We're not inherently different. I think Boy Scout allows all these different people to come together with all these differences of opinion, regardless of your personal opinions on COVID-19 social distancing or the current protests or the future for the social isolation. Boy Scouting is a common set of core values that it doesn't matter who you are or what background you come from. Scouting brings us all back together and kind of creates us in an equal environment, so we all kind of come back and we have those common values.
Howdy everybody, welcome to Maze.
And now we're at the beautiful Maze Family Scout Ranch. Let's see what's going on with family camping here.
They've done an incredible job hosting since we've been here, and had a lot of activities and different things for the kids and for the adults. The facilities are amazing, and so it's been such a relief from all the chaos that's happening in the world with COVID-19 and the stress from that, to be able to come out here and enjoy the outdoors and enjoy these beautiful facilities. And every place we go, you have a core group of people that have similar values and beliefs and goals that you do, and you have this instant family of people that you know have similar likes and similar things that they enjoy to do, and you can get past so many barriers and feel like you have people with you all the time.
So during this pandemic, we've been trapped at home a lot, right? It's been nice to come out to family camp, and that we can be connected together as families, and as a Scout family, and as a world family. And I think that's important, especially right now in a time when so many people feel ostracized, or they feel unincluded, or they feel like groups are being pitted against each other. I think this is an opportunity to come together and be united as family.
May's Family Camp, Scout, and a great community. They really help you if you're struggling with like archery or BB gun range or any of the other crafts they sometimes do, and it's just a lot of fun.
When I think about family camp, it's like a great way to bring family together. Because like if we're cooped up in the house, like we're just close and we'll probably don't be annoying each other. But here it's just a good time like to bond with each other.